Hello ladies and gentlemen, Gabes here. This is the Heroic DPS guide for General Nazgrim. And this guide should assist DPS players with the basics that you need to know to get through this encounter on Heroic difficulty. So to begin, there are two new additions on Heroic, but as a DPS, you don't actually need to deal with either of them directly. The first is Execute, which is cast only on the tanks, and the second is a new ad type called the Kor'kron Sniper, which only targets healers. So other than DPSing the sniper when it becomes time to do so, you do not need to deal with any new mechanics as a DPS on this fight. So it's quite simple in that regard. Now, since there aren't any new abilities on Heroic to worry about, the main thing to focus on as a DPS is ad priority, what you're killing and why. So the first priority is the banner, the war banner. Basically, this is important because while it's active, the ad's attacks will provide rage for Nazgrim, just like a normal. And this is really important on Heroic that this is not allowed to happen. So when a banner spawns, kill it quickly. In addition to that, stun any ad that's near you to prevent it from attacking for a moment. And this will stop any rage gain that Nazgrim might have gotten from that. Second is Arcweaver. This mage guy does a lot of burst DPS, so make sure you kill him off immediately if there's no banner to deal with. Third is the War Shaman. In particular, the War Shaman needs to be kept away from the rest of the mobs, as well as the boss, of course, so that the heals don't affect anything else. The best way we found to deal with it is to assign a plate DPS, in our case our warrior DPS, to prioritize the shaman above all else. So when the shaman spawns, he intercepts it and pulls it away to the side, interrupts its heals, all that good stuff, while the rest of the raid is dealing with the other mobs, so that the shaman is not a threat, doesn't get in range of the boss and all that stuff. Fourth is the assassin. You don't have to prioritize this one, but in particular, if you are targeted by the assassin, just like a normal, you should face it at all times. Do not turn your back to it, or it will backstab and kill you. So if you are targeted by the assassin, you can prioritize it above all else since you can't really move to do other stuff. Fifth is the sniper, the new ad. This is mostly mitigated by the healing that the healer is doing from the attacks. So you don't really need to worry about prioritizing it that much. Once everything else is dealt with, then you can deal with the sniper rather. And then finally, the Iron Blade. This should be picked up by your tanks and tanked on their position once it gets into range. So you don't really have to prioritize it. So once everything else is dead, then you can finish off the Iron Blade. So that's it. You basically maintain the priority, and things will fall into place pretty easily. Now, obviously, you want to avoid avoidable damage, so there are a few things to worry about on this fight on Heroic that may not be a concern on Normal, because they don't hit very hard. The most dangerous thing by far that you'll see the most frequently is Heroic Shockwave. This is the leap attack, which you see there. He'll use this very frequently when he's around 30 rage or so. And basically the shockwave blasts on Heroic will probably one-shot you if you don't have a cooldown of some kind going. So make sure you watch for those closely when he leaps and sidestep them appropriately. Try to use sidesteps rather than running away, because if the line is straight in line with the path that you're taking, you may not be able to run straight away from it. But if you can sidestep it, you can always step out of it in time. So that's the general best rule of thumb. It's not always easy to remember to do that, but it does work the best. Other avoidable damage, of course, is the War Song. If he reaches high enough rage, which he usually won't do, but just depends on your management of the banner and your tank swaps and all that, then make sure you use a personal cooldown when War Song is being cast. And then if he actually spawns a Ravager, it means something was messed up pretty severely, and you obviously want to avoid the blade, but that should not appear throughout the fight if you do everything else properly. So that's it, really. This fight is overall one of the easiest on Heroic, so basically get your DPS priorities down, your overall positioning, make sure you have someone assigned to the shaman, and then focus on the ads and the banners when they appear, and don't attack the boss during defensive stance. And that's it. So that is the Heroic DPS guide for General Nazgrim. As always, good luck, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe.